I wonder if they do open top bus parades here in Iceland. Hello? Speaking. Oh, how is my head of youth development? The intake is here, and the second best we've ever had. Syngur saman til sigurs hrópum áfram Grindavik. Og ég veit við magnum gerir dag. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 2, Episode 8, and today we are going to get promoted almost surely, and hopefully we're going to go up as champions. We've also got our end of season awards, our goal of the season competition, and it's going to mean 2 games to be shown as well, so I'm not going to waste any time. Otherwise this episode is going to be an hour long, and it seems cruel for anybody to have to watch me for an hour. We have got our youth intake though. We have got 1 elite talent that we have signed up, and hopefully this guy down the line will just come in and replace Lidson. He's 15 years old. He's already got decent passing and vision. Teamwork is good. Well, you can see there for yourself. He's going to be a potentially very, very good creative midfielder for us. He does lack a little bit in finishing, so whether he's actually going to be an attacking midfielder maybe is debatable, but certainly the ability is going to be there for him to be sort of an advanced playmaker or sort of more conventional midfielder. But anyway, so that's excellent. Got a couple of others here that are potentially good. We've got a goalkeeper, though not as good as last year's goalkeeper. We've got a midfielder, though not as good as a couple of last season's midfielders, and he is unambitious as well. Then we've got another midfielder, again, not quite as good as last year's ones. And then we've got two wingers. So it also says this guy is a striker and right-footed, so he could be anything. The one thing he can't do particularly well is finish, so I don't know if he did any of those things. And then we've got a left-footed left winger, which is always nice, except he can't dribble and cross, but we'll work on that. There's time. Now, as ever, I do like to name these guys after my Patreon supporters, so if you are a qualifying Patreon supporter, might I suggest Helgi Johansson, perhaps? But yeah, just let me know, and we'll get these guys renamed as quickly as possible for you. And there's some other guys here. I don't think we're going to re-sign anybody else. There's a couple of guys here, actually, we have offered contracts to, and they're just basically because they either have a little bit of potential in the case of this guy, or in the case of this guy, because he's a decent personality. So it's a bit of squad depth as well. So yeah, that's why they've signed, but nobody else there is particularly worth keeping. Now, there's one game to catch you up on since last episode in the league against Vestry, so let's see how we did. We fell behind early on. Lidson found Jonsson to have us level at half-time. And Magoma put us in front, before he then sealed the points. So it's taken Magoma a little bit of time to get going in front of goal, but he's certainly coming good for us at the end of the season. Lidson, again, brilliant. I think did he get all 3 assists? He did, so he's broken that club record off of Moa, which is excellent. And yeah, I was a little bit concerned when we went behind, but needn't have worried. We were far and away the better team in this one. Now, let's see what that does for the league table. And as we can see, with a game in hand, we are 1 point behind HK. We are 5 points ahead of Folgner. Now, we've got 2 games against Afterlife here, as I call them. I'm not Afturelding. Yeah, so we've basically got our game in hand, and if we win that, we'll be more than 6 points ahead of Folgner when they've only got 2 games left to play. That'll be promotion secured, and then it will be a matter of whether we can then go and win the league as well. So let's go and have a look at this first game against Afterling, or Afterlife. And we are expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation, a wide target man. You don't see that every day, so that's maybe something to be aware of. And this is the team we're sending out. It is Zivkovic in goal. Now, the reason he is back in goal is because Aaron Bjornsson is away on international duty, which is unfortunate. But anyway, it is what it is. We then have Binaku, Adel Steinsen, Antonsen, and Runarsson as the back 4. We have got a suspension for Shiba, and Magoma, you can see, is really not ready to play 90 minutes. So that's why we've got that back 4. Sayas, who is tied, hopefully we'll get 90 minutes out of him. Maya and Hyai in midfield. It's Oscarson and Endongala. Again, Moa just not going to get 90 minutes out of him. And Jonsson, he will be the man that gets to start up front. Actually, no, he's got a heavy workload. It'll be Saskafong is the man that gets to start up front. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Electronic Steve in goal for them. That's interesting. And, well, what do we say to this? Oh, wow, we can scroll down for team talk options. I think we just ignore the recent praise and just play a natural game. That seems fair enough. I mean, when you get to this sort of situation, we've got 3 games to go. We essentially need a point to be promoted. it is kind of a matter of time. Hopefully, you know, like I say, if we get the win here, then it's mathematically sealed up, and we can just worry about HK. And of course, if we do get the win here, we will have gone ahead of them in the league as well, HK. So we will go top. We don't need to watch all this, given that there are some time constraints on this episode. Yeah, the problem is that the league itself, the title looks like it's going to go all the way down to the wire, and promotion has kind of happened a little bit quicker. HK actually played Volgner and beat them, which is why suddenly there's that massive gap between us, and Saskafong has given us an early lead. And, well, that could be the goal. That could be the goal that sends us up. It was Antonsen, I think, with the ball in, which is nice to see. He is one of our young centre-backs, of course, in the team to replace Magoma for this one. And Saskafong, I'm going to miss him. I've got to say, I'm really going to miss him when he goes. But there we go. We are 1-0 up, and as things stand, promoted to the top flight. Now, I was looking at the Conference League just to kind of see what we were in for next year, and I completely forgot this was happening. It's the new league format, which, other than not liking it and thinking it's stupid, and that's just based off it just looks stupid having a table instead of a group stage, I absolutely have no idea how it's going to work. So I'll keep an eye on it sort of this season, just starting. Of course, we're in early September, I think. So the European season is just starting. So it'll be this time next year, you know, that we will start in Europe. So the other thing that's going to do actually is help us shorten the off season, and we'll get hopefully some bigger attendances, but there'll be sort of bonus attendances as well. So yeah, that's all for next season, though, of course. But yeah, at least we'll get an idea of how it's going to work. And I mean, that's assuming we come through the qualifying, which I don't know. I mean, imagining, and I think it was Scuba that said in the comments, or was it on Discord? I can't remember where it was now. But there's some rubbish teams in the conference qualifying rounds. So we'll see how we go there. Is that offside, or has Runarsson played him on? Either way, Zivkovic just made a save. Binetku can get it clear, and we get away with that just about. Let's just go, well, we'll go back to positive for the second half here, perhaps. And we'll point our finger. We'll say, don't get complacent out there. We've got an anxious-looking Runarsson, which isn't great. I got faith in you. No, he's still anxious. All right. I do have half an eye on using Maya as a right back. You can see he's got decent tackling, decent positioning. Now, pace is maybe a problem, but he can also cross a little bit. So I'm just wondering if maybe there's sort of, we can extend his stay in the team. And I've got no plans of replacing him as things stand now anyway. But it might be an option to use him as a backup right back. Antonsen there, for all his good work to set up the goal, has just kind of stood, watched, and not done too much. We'll give him some praise and just try and settle us down a bit here. Saskafong is completely open. Whips across in towards Ndongala, who's hit the post. The rebound has come straight back to him, and that is 2-0. And surely now we are going up this very day. No one picking up Saskafong. He whips the cross in. Ndongala unlucky with the initial header, but Steve can get nowhere near the rebound, and it's a tap in. It's the easiest goal he'll score this season. I've probably said that before. He had another couple of easy ones, I think, as old Ndongala, but that is very nice. Now, of course, we do have the summer, or the winter it is now, isn't it? It'll eventually stick that it's not a summer transfer window, but we have that coming up, obviously, next episode. Now, I don't know what our budget is going to look like, if we're going to have much of an improvement as a top flight side, which looks more or less like it's going to happen now. So yeah, I mean, it's going to depend on the wage budget, I think. I'm going to try, and I don't even think I want to spend more than like £300 a week on a player, if I'm honest, unless there's like someone really, really special. Because here we go, good ball through for Saskafong. Can he pick out Maya in the middle? Ndongala, it is Maya, unmarked on the penalty spot. And our captain makes no mistake to make it 3-0, and that will be us now promoted, surely. They are not scoring 3 goals in the last half hour here, though now I've said that, almost certainly it will happen. But yeah, because I feel like when we've played the top flight sides in the league with this team, we've done okay, you know, we've beaten a lot of them. So I don't know that we need that much extra quality, if you know what I mean, to be able to compete, at least in the top flight. I'm not saying we're going to go in there and win it. And Saskafog just couldn't quite make it clean contact. But I certainly think we'll be able to stay up more or less with the team we have now. There's going to be some players leave just because we can't renew contracts. There's probably going to be some players leave just because they're on a little bit too much money as they pull one back, which has me ever so slightly concerned. So, yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens. But I do think if we can keep the wage expenditure down to an absolute minimum, it's going to help, among other things, just try and clear this debt. Now, I think each round of qualifying we go through in this conference league is 86 grand, I think. And then if we get to the group stage, we could actually start and make some decent money at that point. Now, who was it? Binaku? Has he got a knock? We'll take him off just to be safe. And Sayas may as well stay on now because we are promoted to the top flight. Can we celebrate with a goal? It's back post. It's a header. It's off the post again. But it doesn't matter. There is seconds to go in this one. We are 3-1 up. 3-pointers in the bag. And that is the 3 points that will see us into Iceland's top flight. Now, it's not the first time the club has been there, but it's certainly the first time that we've taken them there. And from almost being sacked last season, and I mean almost being sacked last season, a meeting with the chairman, we've gone on one promotion. So, top flight football secured for next season. With 2 games to go, we are 2 points ahead of HK. Now the question turns to, can we go and win the league? So, Grindavik celebrate promotion, and they've offered me a new contract. Well, 190, we cannot afford that. Mr. Chairman, I humbly disagree. Yeah, I mean, I just humbly disagree. Can I get more than a 1-year extension? That would be nice, but no, I can't. I mean, that's fine with me. I'd love to repair the club's financial damage, but when you tempt me with something like 170 grand as a transfer budget, it is going to be very difficult to do that. But anyway, so we've been promoted to the Pepsi League, and the initial budgets, there we go there, 17.5 grand a week, and a budget of 185, a transfer budget. We cannot afford that. But anyway, we'll deal with that. The Grindavik faithful are happy following promotion. The board are pleased. Magoma is happy the promise has been kept, as is Moa, Maya, Antonsen, and Sayas. I promised a few people we were going to get promoted. I wasn't sure we were going to do that. But here we are. We have, ahead of schedule, sealed our promotion, and that is everything else there, I think. Yes, it is. Bonuses paid out. A little bit of bonuses for those that I've contractually tried to motivate to get promoted. And the financial damage is still 1.9 million. I mean, there should be a rule against being able to have a transfer budget when you're that far in debt. But anyway, it's all happy days. Can we win the league? Well, we'll find out soon. Okay, welcome back. We have 2 games left in the season. We are top of the league. If we win, now we have a much better goal difference than HK, but if we win and they drop points here, then we will be champions with a game to spare. They are at home to, told it's Stanen. There's no J, just pretend it's not there. Now, of course, that's who we beat in the cup final, so they could do us another favour here, clinch us a double. It's another 4-3-3, I should say. It's exactly the same formation that we faced them last time, more or less. And this is the team we're sending out. It's Aaron Bunjonsson back in goal after he's back from international duty. Binaku, Adel Steinson, Magoma, and Sheba is the back four. Sayas, Maya, and Litson, Ndongala, Moa, and Jonsson up front. It's our strongest team. Let's hope they can get the job done. Alright, so the same team sheet. It looks, well, I don't recognise any of their names if I'm honest. This guy's quite good, Gomez Mancini. I've actually got him on our shortlist, I think, as someone to potentially try and get in. I think we want to put on a worthy display. That sounds like something we possibly want to do. And I'm not sure, they're a wing play side. I'm not sure if I switched this. I think I had it just to last game last time. Trap inside, because we want to try and stop their wingers getting forward. And out we go. Hopefully, well, I mean, we need to win just to make sure things are in our own hands. Because if we were to lose here, and again, time sensitive, we probably don't need to see all this. We know the team we're putting out. There we go. Yeah, now because there is a chance if we lose this and HK were to win, we would be a point behind going into the final day. And we obviously do not want that. And are we going to lose an early goal? No, Aaron Bjornsson is there to make the save. And early doors here, we've got a corner. Bjornsson to take. Can we get that away? It's over the top, and that will do it for that. Let's just encourage them early on here and hope that that's just a little bit of nervous energy that we're getting rid of there. We will be keeping an eye out, of course, for any scores that come through regarding HK. Ultimately, I suppose it doesn't really matter if you go up as champions or not. You know, it's just nice to win the league, isn't it? It's an extra trophy, probably a little bit of extra prize money potentially as well. And yeah, just a bit of extra glory. Jonsson gets played in here. Jonsson with the finish. That was emphatic. And it is 1-0 in the 19th minute. Aaron Bjornsson whacks one forward. Look at the distance on that. And Dongala takes advantage of the missed header. Jonsson takes advantage of the deep-sitting defender. And it's 1-0. Excellent work. And I've already hit encourage, obviously, before that highlight started. We've got a free kick to defend now. Aaron Bjornsson is a long way off his goal line, but he did really, I mean, he did brilliantly, but he's taking a bit of a risk of being chipped there, I would have thought. Though maybe at this level, that's a risk that's potentially worth taking. Because it's one of those things that is quite difficult, isn't it, to get it over the goalkeeper but under the bar. Oh, and that is not great. It's 1-1. Now, a draw isn't the worst thing for us, because what that will mean is that if HK win, then we will, yeah, just not quite the best defending, is it? And Aaron Bjornsson will probably want that back as well. If they win, then we'll be level on points, but we will we'll have the better goal difference as long as they don't absolutely smash the team that they're playing, Stanen. All right, let's just keep encouraging. The issue sometimes with, you know, when we're in a situation like this where ultimately we've achieved our goal for the season is just actually motivating the players. More shots at goal, please. Let's pump our fists. Let's say get out there and do it. And I wonder if we make a slight tactical tweak here and we just slow it down, look for the overlaps and see where that takes us. All right, well, I mean, it's not the end of the world, 1-1, but ideally we will go back in front here, although we do have some defending to do we? Ball is cleared by Shiba up towards Jonsson. He flicks it on, but there's no one there but an afterlife defender. Shiba will get that. Forward for Ndongala. Let's see if we can show a little bit of composure here on the ball. You've got to say not really. And Shiba goes all the way back to the keeper, and we'll try again. Oh, that's not the best pass, but we get away with it. Can Adol Steinson pick out a teammate? He can. It's Ndongala. Now can he whip in across? Ndongala, he's got players in the middle. It's Victor Jonsson, an 18th of the season. Well, we knew he was a goal machine at this level, and he is proving it here. 18 goals, and there's still a game and a half or so to go. The question, I suppose, is do we look to renew his contract? Yeah, it's as I said last episode, the issue I have with doing that is that we've seen historically through his career, and he's 30 now, that he's really good at this level in this division, but when he goes and plays in the Pepsi League, he's not quite as prolific, and he's got himself another one. That's a hat-trick. Another hat-trick for Victor Jonsson, and, well, 2 in 2 minutes, and that should be that done at our end. Now the question is, can Stajan do us a favour? Stanen, that team. Let's hope so. Do we have any tied players? Not necessarily. Our final game of the season, if you're wondering, is at home to Volsunga. Now, Volsunga are already relegated. Now, we did draw them when we played them at their place, but an already relegated team that's playing at our home ground, and Adel Steinsson's got himself sent off, and maybe this isn't quite done yet. All right, so what do we do here? Gunnarsson will have to come on. Let's bring him on for Maya, who's on a booking already. And we'll just leave it at that, I think. We'll be that man short in midfield. We probably don't need to be attacking anymore. We'll give them some praise. And really, we just need to... I mean, we're keeping a lot of possession. If we keep possession, then it's going to be hard for them to score. But they've got a free kick here. And it's top of the net. Let's just give it a focus. We've got another free kick here. And that is off the crossbar. Gunnarsson gets back to clear it. And we might have a chance on the break. No. We've got a corner. Moa to take. Where's Magoma? He's lurking there at the near post. We go towards him, and there it is. Another one for Christian Magoma. A 7th of the season for him. And even with 10 men, we are going to win this one. Now, attention now turns to HK, doesn't it? Are we champions? Or are we going to have to wait? I haven't seen a score come through. And if there is no score, if it is 0-0, we are champions. HK would have to win. We have won. And we are champions. Excellent stuff. There must have been a 0-0 in the other game. And, well, there we go. Champions of Iceland. Maya shakes the FA chairman's hand. I'm sure it's the FA chairman. Everybody's there, and it is a league and cup double of sorts. Obviously, I don't think the second tier quite has the same ring to it when talking about a league cup double, but we're going to claim it. We won our league, we won the cup, and it is a wonderful season for Grindavik. Promoted as champions. So that is just a wonderful feeling, isn't it? It really is. A hat-trick from Jonsson. I'm very tempted to offer him a new deal. I mean, he's probably not going to be in high demand. And it was 1-1 in the other game. 2 goals in 2 minutes, but not enough. So we are champions, as I say, with a game to play. So we clinch the Inkasso, the league. We've done the double. Adel Steinson is suspended for the final game. It takes absolutely nothing to be one of Australia's top managers. We've won an Icelandic Cup in the second tier, and I'm the greatest manager the country's ever seen. It's ridiculous. Although Ange Postecoglou probably deserves a little bit of respect there, doesn't he? So there we go. We have won the league, a first time in many a year, I would imagine. And classy Jonsson with another hat-trick. What a player he has been. Can he get 20 goals in a league season that is shortened because of, it's only a 22-game league season? Guys, this episode could be any length. Let's come back and I'll play the final game. And then we'll see how we go from there. We took the lead when Litzen marked his final game of professional football with a goal. Moa played in Jonsson for his 20th of the season before Antonsen got his first for the club. So a very, very satisfying victory on the final day. Now, it was a fan day as well, so hopefully having seen a 3-0 win, they will come back next season. So yeah, really, really happy with how he played. Litzen went out with us as a winner, and we also brought off the bench for a final appearance Saskafong, who is obviously leaving, and Hammer, who may or may not be leaving. I would like to keep him, I think. It just depends, what his wage demands are. So the final league table... Although it's not quite actually the final league table because HK still got to play Phil Kerr, who need to win to stay up. So that's interesting. Or a draw actually should do it. But yeah, we're champions, comfortably so in the end. And there's a few little bits and pieces here to catch you up on. We broke the record attendance in that final game, so that's nice. 1,600 people. Record number of wins, 16 wins we got in the 22-game season, and that was a club record. The squad planner for next year is something for next episode. And is there anything else here? Manager of the Year shortlist. Hopefully, you'd like to think, having won a League Cup double as a second division side, that we'll go and win that. But the second best manager was probably the HK manager, wasn't he? So let's go and give a diplomatic vote for him, because he is, this guy here, I think, one of the good Munsons. So there we go. All right, let's keep this show rolling. We'll be back for the end of season awards. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Grindavik end of season awards. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh, you're too kind. What a season it's been, though. What a season. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, and welcome to the Grindavik End of Season Awards. League Cup double. Promoted as champions. It's been a hell of a season, hasn't it? So I think we need to thank the players for their efforts. They've been brilliant, all of them, apart from you, Osman. So, yeah, massive congratulations, guys. Well done. Well done indeed. So the first award this evening is the Golden Pen for this season's signing of the season. And we signed some good players this year, but none more so than this guy. I thought he was going to be good when we signed him, and he exceeded even my expectations in the end. So congratulations. He arrived on a free. It's Christian Magoma. The next award is the Golden Card, awarded to the player with the worst discipline. And, well, this guy, he's going to win this award many, many times. And, in fact, we may have to end up renaming it after him. With 12 yellows, no red, surprisingly, this year. He's the captain. Congratulations, Harvard Meyer. The next award is the Golden Bullseye, awarded to the player with the most completed passes per 90 minutes. And, well, we do like to pass the ball around and, well, we have it passing out from the back, and it's not the man I expected. But with 99 passes per 90 minutes, congratulations, Christian Magoma. The next award is the Golden Spoon for the man who feeds the strikers, the man with the most assists. And this guy, well, he's leaving us for retirement at the end of the year. So we wish him well in his future endeavours. And he leaves us with a club record 14 assists. Congratulations, Good John Litson. The next award is the Golden Anchor, awarded to the man that we can rely on, the man with the highest average match rating, and, well, turning to a little bit of a benefit for this guy this evening, a 7.97 average match rating. Congratulations once again, Christian Magoma. The next award is the Golden Cross, brought to us by the medical department for this season's most injured player. And, well, it was a bad one, this guy's injury. He will sadly be leaving us, and he leaves us fit and well thanks to the medical team. But he missed 36% of the season, a little bit more than that last season as well, but he did end up with the award eventually. Congratulations, Simon Saskafong. The next award is the Golden Soother for the baby of the team, this season's best young player. And I believe it is a second Golden Soother for this man. And, well, I'm not quite sure he deserves it because he's 23 now. But congratulations once again, Tiago Sayas. Next up, it is the Golden Boot for this season's top goal scorer. And I wasn't sure we were ever going to replace Mubamba. And eventually, this guy came good for us. And Mubamba equaling 20 goals this season. Congratulations, Victor Jonsson. Now it's time for the horse's ass for this season's worst player. And, well, I signed this guy thinking he was going to be the Jonsson of the season, and he turned out to be just an absolute muppet. So, congratulations. I don't know your first name, didn't bother learning it. Ostman. The next award is one that means so much to us all here at Grindavik. It is the Viewers Player of the Year. I do just want, on behalf of the players and the coaching staff, to thank everybody who nominated and then voted for their favourite player as well. And with 55% of the vote, the winner is Christian Magoma. And now it is time to acknowledge this year's team of the season. And, well, last year's was a bit confusing, so let's see if it's any less confusing this year. Direct your eyes up to the board, and we can see the goalkeeper is Zivkovic. Your back four is Binaku, Ziba, Gunnarsson, and Runarsson. The midfielders are Sayas, Travitt. Did he play for us this year? Anyway, he deserved it from last year's form anyway, I suppose. Meyer as well. The wingers are Moha and Ndongala. And the striker, better late than never, is Mubamba. So, again, a little bit confusing, but well done, guys. And Jonsson, I'm sure you'll be there next year, mate. And now it is time for the big award of the evening, the Golden Star for this season's best player. And, well, it could have been anybody, couldn't it? The wide players were brilliant once more. We had Jonsson banging in the goals. And the middle of the park was very well run as well. But in the end, it was only one man winning everything tonight, isn't it? So the Golden Star for this season is that man again, Christian Magoma. Congratulations to Christian and the rest of the winners this evening. It's been a great night to cap off a fantastic season, and I for one am very excited about being a European club next season. And well, we've got the Pepsi League to look forward to as well. Could we dare dream of being Icelandic champions and making the Champions League? Probably not, but you never know, could you? It's going to be a big winter here, and I'm looking forward to our transfers. Hopefully, lots of good ones coming in, and Osman going out. But until then, I've been Aussie Villain. I wish you all a very good evening, and I'll see you next season. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. It's such a great song. So there we go, end of season awards done for the year. Let's have a quick recap of everything. Magoma was the signing of the year. Difficult to argue with it, though we did have a few good ones. A+ there for Magoma, A+ for Sheba as well. Aaron Bjornsson was a plus because we didn't pay him anything. Hopefully we can get him back next year. Adel Steinson, absolutely love this guy. He was only a C rated by the board though, but I love a ball playing centre back. High, hopefully we'll see more of him next season. Half Pawson, I think we'll see more of him longer term as well. And Osman, the horse's ass, I completely agree. He was an F, and I really do regret signing him. Transfers out. Hasasic went to Sacramento, played quite a bit. Slumdal went to wherever that team is, probably a Norwegian side, and played. And Ziba, he went back to Croatia and didn't play too much at all. All right, so we are the league champions. 822 was the average home attendance. Let's hope that that goes up for next season. The cup, of course, we went and won that as well. Wonderful, wonderful scenes. And the league cup, it is what it is. Next year, of course, we will be a top flight side, so we may have a little bit of an easier time maybe getting through, but I'm not ever going to be too concerned about it, to be honest. Moments to remember, we had a 4-0 win. That was the biggest win in the Icelandic Cup. The match to remember was a 3-0 over Starnen. Yep, I think I said that right, in the league. And the goal of the season, which we'll come back to, the game has given it to Victor Jonsson against Frem, another one in the cup. I think if I remember that one correctly, absolute belter. Now, the finances, we are a 2.5 star or so reputation team still. Sponsorship was roughly the same, even though it says it went down. Broadcast revenue, we had none. Corporate hospitality, everything else went up a little bit, so that's good. We sold 145 shirts, and Dongala, the most popular, Moa, Maya, Saskafong, and Jonsson, the other popular ones. And how we lined up, the team of the year, I've got to say, maybe last year's team of the season. We did play a couple of them. Mubama made one game off the bench in that League Cup thing. Trevitt had a couple of starts before he went back, or a couple of appearances, I should say. But all in all, it kind of reeks a little bit like last season's team of the year, doesn't it? But anyway, we'll just laugh and we'll Litzen, maybe you'll make it next year, mate, and Victor Jonsson as well, because they should both be there. All right, well, we can see everything here. Magoma was Fans Player of the Year, as well as the signing of the year. We've got the Young Player of the Year with Sayas, again, though he's 23. It really annoys me when players that all qualify. So there's Magoma's signing of the year, goal of the season, but the top goal scorer, Victor Jonsson, 20 goals, which is the same amount that Mubama scored, which I may have mentioned in the end of season awards, but stunning season from him. We have to offer him a new deal, don't we? We can't let him leave going on that sort of form. Litzen, 14 assists. I think that was a club record, though it doesn't show it as a club record on the record breakers thing there. Magoma, man of the match awards, as well as average match rating and most passes completed per 90 minutes. He has been an absolute beast of a signing, hasn't he? Oh, there it is. There it is, a record. So 14 assists. The 10 clean sheets by Zivkovic was a record. Now, not bad considering we kind of dropped him at the end of the year when he said he was moving away. Magoma, most man of the match, is the record. Litzen is our oldest player. Ziba is the highest transfer fee received. And Litzen is also our oldest goal scorer, having scored in his final game, which is absolutely brilliant. So history in the making. A wonderful, wonderful time to be a Grindavik fan. And we can see the Dynamic Manager's timeline here. I don't think we care about this, do we? It's kind of silly. So there we go. Support up. Now, is there anything else here? What else have we got here? So we got some records. A record low number of defeats. Only one, which kind of slipped by, to be honest. But the last episode was their only defeat of the season, so in the league anyway. Magoma set a new record for average match rating, so it was 7.9 in the league, which is better than what Mubamba had done. The players in the best 11, I'll come back to that while I'm explaining goal of the season, but you can see everybody there. There's some great names of the past, isn't there, in that one? So yeah, that is excellent. We just saw the season review. Supporter profile update. We've lost some families, but gained some fair weather fans. And we are up 2,200 supporters on social media as well. season, we don't care so much about that. Club vision, we just kind of win games where we can, really, don't we? Play attacking possession football, which is kind of what I try and do anyway, to be honest. So hopefully that's good. The board are getting on board with that. Try and repair financial damage. Be competitive in the Europa Conference League is required. And attempt to avoid relegation. That basically means you're not going to get sacked. Just do your best, doesn't it? So we'll just accept that. That sounds good to me. Squad dynamics. Litson, we know, is retiring, so he's going to be leaving. Maya, hopefully, will be staying. There's a few guys on these highly influential players that we know are leaving as well, like Zitkovic. Runatsin is in all likelihood leaving. Zaskafong has already agreed to move elsewhere. So this could change a little bit over the season, over the off-season, I should say. We'll do the end-of-season team meeting off camera, and we'll come back to this. Just a few weaknesses. But hopefully we can, well, that just keeps going, doesn't it? We can try and work on those. End of season break, so the players will be back on this 30th of December. And Jonsson has won the Player of the Year for the First Division. Absolutely deserved. 15 appearances, 18 goals. I gave him the horse's ass last year, and look what he's done this year. It's really, that's motivational. That's the sort of manager that I am. Team of the season, we had a lot of players in team. That's going to cost us money, I think. So Shiba, Magoma, Adel Steinson, Maya, Litson, Ndongala, and Jonsson all made the team of the year. Well done to all of them. And well, this brings us now to the goal of the season competition. So we'll come back here to the overall best 11, so you can look at that while I babble on. For those of you who are new, there's going to be the Jonsson goal that was given by the game, plus 3 others I deem worthy. Similar to voting for the Player of the Year, there'll be a link in the description just down below. Click on that, it'll take you through to a straw poll, and you can vote for one of the nominees to be our goal of the season, and we'll announce the winner early next season. So that's it for today. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, enjoy goal of the season, and enjoy being promoted as champions. Take care. And here are our top 4 goals of the 2024 season. Don't forget to vote for your favourite.